Welcome back to Narrations, where we revisit unforgettable films and retell their stories like you're right there in the theater again. Tonight, we're diving into a stark, unsettling thriller that asks what happens when violence and fate collide on the edge of the American desert. This is No Country for Old Men from 2007. It all starts with Llewelyn Moss, a Vietnam veteran hunting antelope under the blazing Texas sun. What he stumbles upon is no ordinary hunting ground. Scattered across the desert are the remains of a drug deal gone violently wrong, bullet-riddled trucks, lifeless bodies, and the stench of death in the air. Among the wreckage, Llewelyn discovers a briefcase containing $2 million in cash. It's the kind of money that can change a life. And in a moment of temptation, he takes it. But by taking the money, Llewelyn unknowingly sets into motion a chain of events he cannot escape. Someone will come looking for that cash, and that someone is Anton Chigurh. Cold, methodical, and terrifying, Chigurh is a hitman unlike any other. He carries with him a captive bolt pistol, a weapon more suited for livestock than people, and uses it without hesitation. His presence alone chills every scene. He doesn't just kill. He toys with fate, deciding life and death with the flip of a coin. Meanwhile, Sheriff Anton Bell, a weary lawman nearing retirement, watches the violence unfold. Bell has seen brutality before, but the senselessness of this new wave of crime leaves him shaken. The old ways of justice, of catching a killer through grit and persistence, feel powerless against men like Chigurh. Bell serves as the film's conscience, reflecting on how the world seems to be slipping beyond the reach of order and morality. As Llewelyn tries to stay ahead, the story becomes a relentless cat-and-mouse chase across the barren landscapes of Texas and Mexico. Chigurh hunts him with terrifying precision. He tracks the money through a hidden transponder and cuts down anyone in his way: hotel clerks, passers-by, even hired guns. Every encounter with him is nerve-wracking because he speaks little, moves with absolute calm, and seems unstoppable. Llewelyn, though clever and resourceful, can't outwit fate forever. He hides the briefcase in air vents, crosses borders, and arms himself for battle, but Chigurh is always one step behind. The more Llewelyn fights to hold on to the money, the more he drags his wife Carla Jean into danger. She pleads with him to let it go, but he refuses, driven by pride, greed, or maybe just the thrill of defiance. The violence builds toward inevitable tragedy. And then, in a moment that defies traditional storytelling, the film denies us the showdown we expect. Off-screen, Llewelyn meets his end at the hands of cartel enforcers. No final duel with Chigurh, no heroic stand. Just a sudden, brutal reminder that life doesn't always follow neat arcs. When Carla Jean later confronts Chigurh, he offers her the same twisted ritual he's given others, the coin toss. She refuses, insisting that he can hide behind chance, that the choice is his alone. Her defiance is powerful, and yet, Chigurh remains chillingly detached. The outcome of that encounter lingers in silence, leaving the audience uneasy. Even fate catches up to Chigurh, in a way. After leaving Carla Jean's home, he's hit by a car. Bloodied and broken, he limps away into the shadows, a ghostly reminder that violence never truly ends. And then there's Sheriff Bell, left to reflect on the aftermath. Retired, sitting at his breakfast table, he recalls dreams of his father, of carrying fire through the dark, of a world where light still guides men. His quiet monologue is haunting. The violence of the world has outpaced him, and he feels left behind, powerless to understand it. That's the brilliance of No Country for Old Men. It's not just a thriller, not just a crime story. It's a meditation on chance, violence, and morality. Who lives, who dies, who walks away, it all feels guided by forces beyond human control. The Coen Brothers strip away the comforts of closure, leaving us unsettled, forced to sit with the chaos of life. That was No Country for Old Men, a masterpiece that redefined what a modern Western could be. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it for anyone who loves tense thrillers, morally complex stories, or films that stay with you long after the credits roll. If you enjoyed this narration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Narrations for more unforgettable films. And tell me in the comments, Do you think Chigurh represents fate itself, or just the darkness lurking in humanity?